What's going on, guys? Welcome in, welcome back. These messages riding on the frequency of love for the highest good. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Okay, so these channels are getting challenging, I'll be honest. Because, okay, so acceptance is coming through, and it's getting, so for whoever this message is for, like, you're working on accepting someone, somewhere, something, somehow, like, there's this beautiful spiritual, like, curriculum that you're moving through around, like, your own perception here. So I'm seeing the glass card from the alchemy excuse me, the alchemy guidebook had come out, and I'm gonna read this today. So this is for, you know, a creative, you know, an alchemist, someone, sorry, I'm a little distracted, an alchemist, someone who is like, who understands decomposition in a way that, like, feels like evolution, right? So you're almost fast tracking evolution here with your decision making for whoever you are now, your intention. One on the timer as I looked up. Okay, the glass. And this is what it is. It's like there's something about the glass, and like it's like you got, so I'm seeing like almost like a spectacle, or maybe it is a spectacle. You're creating a spectacle, someone. But I'm seeing like upgraded spectacles, right? And like brand new vision or something that's happening here. But it's hard to accept for someone. So take these messages if they resonate, okay? So like this is something that you're like now pushing past your own like ceiling in order to like really deeply understand and like accept someone how they are now, right? Radical acceptance in the now opens the flow. So I am seeing that this is something about like accepting this new vision, this new inner vision for someone, or like just the fact that like things could be and would be and should be greater than you could have possibly imagined, and you took a chance by like letting go and letting nature turn over and decompose. And then like, but now once you're on the other side of that, you're seeing this new world come in, and it actually feels a little bit like vulnerable and scary from that sense, because it's like this is requiring you to actually have to accept like things that feel like paradoxical. So you're grappling with some kind of ability to be all things, I think. Whoa. Transparency, focus, seeing. Yeah, like, so it's like you almost feel like you know you're all things, but then when you say it, and then when you practice it and you accept it, and then spirit brings you all things, sometimes the things that are the best for you, you're now seeing, you're like, oh, that wasn't what I meant, but maybe it is at the same time. You know what I mean? And that's the ceiling, and it's so beautiful for whoever's curriculum this is, that you're able to go past that. That you're able to just laugh and be like, okay, I get it. I know what, I don't know why, but this is happening. And also, like, I am an evolved person, so whoever this message is for, you know that you can evolve through the ceiling. It almost feels funny to me, like almost paradoxical somehow. Like it's giving me the energy of someone showing up, sorry, someone showing up like to a party that you weren't expecting to show up, right? But then like it's possible that like that energy that like you are so surprised by, you know what I mean? Like that, like they are actually somehow like, you know, contributing to like some sort of like curation of the event or evening, and like it's actually like a really fucking good time, and you're like, wait, I wasn't expecting any of this, but okay. You see, it's like a surprise party that like 444 on the timer, so confirmation. It's like a how, what, but I love it. Glass transmits a sacred exchange between the alchemists and their work. Through the glass vessel, the alchemist sees their work. The work sees the alchemist. Whoa. What was once clouded in confusion becomes focused. What was once veiled becomes obvious. How are you currently seeing the world? What is your perspective? The glass card can be thought of as the gift of true perception. With it, you naturally focus on what is most central in your life. All else falls into the periphery. Yeah. The right action becomes more clear. Glass is fragile by nature and requires regular cleaning, so find daily practices that align with your vision and what is true. It's easy to slip into this mode of seeing, particularly someone else's, so hold steady to your new alchemical lenses. Their power is mighty. So that 5:55 on the timer, their power is mighty. This new vision is mighty. This new side of someone, like for this new side of you, possibly this new side of like a community or something. Like I just keep seeing like that person showing up to the party and you're like, what? And it's like not as bad as, like, it wouldn't even be bad, you know what I mean? I don't even mean to say bad, because there's no such thing as bad, and I know that in my heart. I know that in the energy here, in the glass, like, that's literally what it says here. Naturally focusing on what's more central in your life, right? All else falls to the periphery. The right action becomes clear, right? The glass is fragile by nature and requires regular cleaning. Okay, so this is because you've done so much like regular cleaning on your vision, on your life up until this point, that now when these things start arriving, you're seeing them as through the heart space. So you're like, oh, this was sent to me, or oh, this is not for me. And you know, and you're so diligent about that. You get that. You really deeply accept and understand that. You know what I mean? I don't even want to get into how jarring that is for like the energy of like some sort of karmics somewhere that has to really see and then now work toward their acceptance, right? And this is like what we do for each other, right? Like, so I actually feel like this is an opportunity here for you, for someone here to be like, dang, like I didn't see it this way, and that's okay. Like, it's okay, right? And each of us are learning that, right? Even the life of the party, right? Or like, it's giving that energy of like your first impression of someone, right? What if it's like, yeah, so you make a bad first impression, but then that person becomes your best friend or whatever. That's the vibe. And so I'm like, oh, like first impressions aren't everything, and then that's also a gift that we can give each other as well, because we can stand in our own truth and like redefine who we are for each other. And then other people have to work towards accepting who you are, and that shit is growth. So it's like, you're welcome, basically. Like, you've been given a gift, and by you growing, you are giving others this gift as well. You grow, and you know, it's just the light grows and then drowns out the darkness, right? But the darkness has to hide somewhere else, but it doesn't matter because the light is continuing to foster. The light fosters more light. And I'm just seeing that actually now for what it really actually means and what it really actually could mean. You know, what our own like limited beliefs, when we project that fear and limitation onto a first impression or onto someone that we like judged or whatever. And then we sit there and we actually have to check ourselves in our own judgment, and we really get diligent about that practice. We can actually see, oh dang, that was my own fear. I chose to see things in a limited way. And a lot of people don't want to grapple with that. They don't want to accept that. They don't want to acknowledge that, and they don't want to move through it. But for whoever this message is for, like, you just keep moving. So there's this energy of like you as this fucking tree. So you're just growing and reaching and reaching and reaching and reaching and reaching, and you're never ever holding. You'll never be holding. So this is just another thing that you're experiencing, seeing, moving through, just like you always have, observed, like watched, been curious about, like you know, not in any like gross karmic way, but like you're there observing for creative information to process your own internal world, not to like take energy or do any weird, like, I don't mean sponging energy like that, I just mean like creative energy, you know, like that you deeply are, your process is going on at all times, you know, and so like you're really in your process, and that's what I mean. And so now you're gonna be like moving through your process in like a new type of way that feels like an opportunity. That's what, an opportunity for deeper healing, deeper acceptance, like letting go of a limited judgment around like what you thought something could be, who you thought you could be. Okay, so the stormy card comes out in reverse here, so I'm getting that like there's a storm that's been lifting. It's raining right now, you can probably hear that. So you've gone this road for a long time, like you've gone it alone here. This is giving me an energy of like a ship lost at sea. I mean, it has a ship lost at sea, and that was 11:11 as I looked up. So maybe you've been lost to people. Maybe yeah, you had to like go lose yourself to go find yourself, kind of thing, like Simba. And it's possible that like, okay, so I'm seeing actually that like the storm, this will be like whatever this new vision is, I am seeing that like it's clearing some sort of focus here. And right next to the stormy card, I just feel like in reverse that you're, again, with your ability to see deeper, you're not relating to storms anymore. Maybe you didn't hear the rain. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. You know what I'm saying though? Like it's kind of like you're not relating to 12:12 on the timer, the emotional debris, because that's what it is. It's fucking debris, huh? Focus. It's allowing you to focus, right? Refocus. Those spectacles. And then like, you know, also as like the creative genius that you are, you're able to like twist up that like, you know, kaleidoscope lens and just see something completely different for yourself whenever the fuck you want, because that's who the fuck you are. And like that's why you're able to move into acceptance in this radical way that like feels like a huge, oh my god, it feels like different. It feels like a huge, yeah, like reckoning. Because isn't it as simple as this? My hair. It's as simple as this. Are you, the collective, living in acceptance or resistance? And we can literally boil down our process to like those two words and like see our life through that lens, and then actually bring forward, you know, a subject, a relationship, a person, an event, an experience. Did I say judgment? And we can see that, again, shifting the perspectives around this, and we could see that, oh, am I accepting this or am I resisting this? You can literally do that with a kind of anything. And then that brings forward, okay, why am I not accepting this? It just leads to more questions that like are I'm encouraging you to like be curious about, wondering about your definitions of things, wondering about your wondering about like what your path is trying to reveal to you. And if you're resisting things, and you're resisting your path, and you're resisting your heart, and you're resisting the creative intelligence, and you're resisting your peace. Oh, acceptance is peace. Because it's like someone throws a dagger at you, you're like, I accept that. They're like, no, you can't accept that. And you're like, whatever, but I do, so now what? Like, I accept you for resisting me. It's like that type of energy. Oh, you resist me? Okay, I accept that. Now what? Oh, you... Oh, you know what I mean? It's like, I hate you. It's like, I love you. Sorry. I love you. I love you. What are you gonna do about it? Huh? What are you gonna do about it? I love you. What are you gonna do about it? Huh? Huh? And they're all like, and it's like, dude, I love you. I love you. Like, I love you. I don't know what to say. I love you. And maybe that love is just like so needed right now. So maybe for whoever you are, you see the purpose in this. You're like, oh, that's why you've been a punching bag. That's why you've been chosen to be, you know, to have to understand how to accept these daggers and shit, and like be softer as a result, and just like play in their fucking faces. You know what I mean? 1669 on timer, in the same way that like people have played in your face for so long too. Like, it's not like a tit for tat or whatever, but you're just seeing it as like, ugh, gosh, you guys are so silly. Everyone's so silly. Everyone's just so silly inside of their minds that all you have to do is accept everyone inside of your heart, and you're good. You're good. That's like eternal, right? So if you're in acceptance inside of your heart at all times, then like any type of contraction that's going on around you, or any type of perception, just doesn't even, like, you literally, it's like you live in a different reality. Because people want you to make meaning out of things. People want you to be someone. People want you to choose. People want you to land on some sort. They want to box you in. They really love that. They love to box you in, or they love to try to box you in, I guess. 1717 on the timer, but like, you can't box someone like you in. You're a creative savant. You're a creative genius. You're ahead of the curve. You're here to change the world. You're here to change the world. All right. Okay. That's a big task, but listen, you're seeing it through the heart space. You're accepting your soul's curriculum. You are experiencing more and more peace as a result. You are moving into community that like feels like it accepts you, like, and you are also moving into a space where you feel like, holy shit, I'm like really, 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 really individual. You're like, damn. You're really like, damn, there is no one like me. That's what you're thinking. You're sitting there like, shit. And you're like, how am I gonna apply that now? You are applying it, and you're like, dang, I see why it was so hard. I see why this had to happen. You're like seeing that everything had happened like at every specific moment, and the things that you forgot all about are now arriving once again in a brand new way. And like, they might look like different people. They might look like the same people. They might look like the same people, but the energy is different. It might be a different environment with brand new people. It might be, you know, there's just this. Okay, maybe that's confirmation. Brand new environment with brand new people for someone here. Okay. Hey. Alright. Whatever that is for you, you know, encouraging you gently to move through this place. Stay grounded in your heart space. Honestly, drown out the world. 1919 on the timer. Not in a way that you're like, I think when people are like, I drown out the world and I like scroll on my phone and shit. But it's like, that's not drowning out the world. That's literally like allowing the world in like the worst possible way, you know? So now you're like actually like, oh, okay, I want to be engaging with like energy and people and content that makes you feel good in your heart, right? That makes you feel affirmed in your life, right? That allows you to feel like you have someone who supports you and loves you and like can can like be there as a friend when you need, even if it is like a weird, like feeling like a weird parasocial type of thing, right? And I'm not saying that I feel weird about having this space here. I just feel like it's weird to, like, I feel I have a little bit of judgment about being like, even when I'm like, love you guys, I'm like, you know, how well do we even know each other really technically? But at the same time, we're sharing these deep, 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 deep parts of our hearts. And I saw 2020 on the timer when I said that. And I'm like, so in some ways, we know each other better in this space than anyone who like pretends like they're friends with one another, than people who are sometimes family with one another. Like, and that's really the energy here too. So it's like, we don't know each other, but we know each other. It's like an interesting, beautiful thing. And I think that that's what everyone's really deeply understanding, and that's the call back to the oneness. And so it's up to, for whoever you are, to like live into that paradox in a way that feels like you're like, like ripped apart because you're so many different things, but now you're seeing the power in that, and you're seeing that like, that people see power in that, you know? And you're also seeing they don't even care about it, which is such a badass, like, fucking, and that's again why you're given these gifts, okay? 2121 on the timer. It's so fucking badass to not give a fuck at all. Like, and there's so many people, again, who are like inspired by you in this way, in positions, who are going to be able to empower you and like support you in this new journey, in this new community, whatever this is. And at the same time, like, you are also so detached that it like is creating this vacuum, that community is like suctioned, black hole energy, just, but like it's actually like a, it's like a black hole, but I'm just seeing like all this light being like transmuted and sent right back out. It's like really a beautiful thing. Whoa, yeah, you're like a pool filter, literally, that's just like filtering in like all that shit. And then like the pool boy, cabana boy, you're the cabana boy, you're the spiritual spiritual cabana boy. 222 on the timer, or girl, or non-binary collective. I just like watching him clean the filter. Do you guys remember Legally Blonde? Don't stamp your little last season Prada shoes at me, hottie. Or honey. They're not last season. And then she's like, wait, she like bursts in the courtroom. Sorry if you guys haven't seen this. You guys gotta go back and watch this movie if you haven't seen it. She bursts, Brooke Wyndham, Ellie Larder, goes into the courtroom. Or wait, no, that's not Ellie Larder. Reese Witherspoon, duh. Anyway, she's like, Enrique's gay. He's gay. Enrique's gay. Alright guys, I don't know why the hell I'm on that tangent. I love you very much. I hope to see you in another reading very soon. Bye.